Hello everyone, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. In this video, we're updating you with an announcement from T-Mobile. If you're a shareholder and you have T-Mobile stock, this is actually good news for you because you're going to see a nice bump in your dividend payments, 16%, according to the article that we're reading from here, which I'll drop the link down below in the description. It is from T-Mobile News. So according to T-Mobile's official announcement, they're saying that the board has approved a cash dividend of $1.02 per share, which is actually 14 cents more than last quarter. The payments will go out on December 11th of 2025 to anyone who owns T-Mobile stock by November 26th of 2025. This means if you're a T-Mobile shareholder, you'll see this extra money hit your account just in time for the holidays. They're saying that this is a signal that T-Mobile is doing well financially and feels confident enough to share more of its profits with investors. Now, I do find this interesting that T-Mobile is doing this in light of their recent announcement that CEO Mike Sievert, current CEO Mike Sievert, is stepping down. And we have Srini coming in, I think it's November 1st, filling in his shoes. For quite some time now, we've been lied to that Mike Sievert wasn't intending on stepping down, that wasn't simply going to happen, right? Every time that subject came up, Mike denied it, said that he loves working as a CEO, he wants to stay in that position, and even with the talks of his contract expiring, etc., there was no reason for us to worry in his eyes that that position was going to someone else. We all knew in the back of our minds that that wasn't the case, that Srini was definitely going to get it if Mike stepped down, and it was very likely that Mike was going to step down. There's been a lot of difficulties going on with inside T-Mobile recently. We talk about this all the time here, and I just find it interesting now that we're getting, this 16%, well, shareholders are getting 16% of more stock, right? So you're getting more for your money. And I think it's because of the news, right? T-Mobile's worried. T-Mobile is worried that investors are going to see this. So there's two ways to look at it, right? Some investors will see this as a promising thing. They'll see that the news of Mike stepping down could be a promising thing for the company. It could mean that if these investors believe Mike isn't doing a good job and they're holding the company down and keeping it from being more profitable, meaning this making the stock worth more than what it currently is, then they might see this as a buying opportunity, right? And this could be good. They can buy more, and getting that incentive of 16% more surely will help them keep the current stock and again buy even more on top of buying more. So that is what I think T-Mobile is hoping for. And for those that are not too sure about how to feel about this news, they may be considering dumping the stock, and T-Mobile doesn't want that either, right? They don't want you to leave in any way because then the stock will be worth less if you sell. So I think they're trying to incentivize these current investors to stick around. Give us a chance. You see we're doing good. We anticipate doing better. So this is kind of like a bribery here, right? They're trying to keep you at bay. They don't want you to leave. But only time will tell what this really means, right? What's going to happen with T-Mobile. We'll have to sit back and we'll have to pay attention. There's a lot of ways to feel about it. Myself, I'm in the middle. On one side, I think, we could see some better changes. I don't know if it's likely, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think we might start to see more cutting. I think we might to see less perks and benefits. I think, and I might be wrong, and hopefully I am. But I think Mike Sievert was trying to maintain the John Legere attitude and approach for as much as he could, given the obstacles the difficulties and challenges of running such a large company as T-Mobile in 2025, with the costs of everything being more, tariffs, etc. Very difficult for companies to turn profits without raising prices on things. And remember, when they're looking at profits, they're looking towards the future. They're not looking at right now. They're looking at where do they want to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. So when they start raising prices on things, they're thinking about how can we keep the profits moving, right? Not just how do we look good today. So this is why we start to see a lot of these changes. And, as customers, we don't like it because it means we got to pay for more. But, and then of course, CEOs and other members of the board and the company, they're not going to take hits on salaries, okay? That's just not going to happen. They're not going to lose their bonuses. They want to be paid what they want to be paid. So, yeah, maybe they can find money if they cut those costs, but who are we kidding? They're just simply not going to do that. And I think that's a lot of where Mike is stepping down. And I think that is why we're seeing this 16% jump in quarterly dividends to offset that negative news, that recent announcement that probably has a lot of investors worrying or feeling unsure about whether or not they should dump the stock, keep the stock, buy more. So that's what we have for you here. I guess it's good that they're able to do that. And we're not denying that T-Mobile is still making money. But at the same time, they've surely lost a lot of customers too with these recent changes. And I don't think a lot of this was Mike's 100% willful doing, right? I mean, he made these decisions, but I think there was a lot of pressure for him to cut costs as much as he could. And it's very difficult to do that without sabotaging the entire fan base, the people that want T-Mobile for what it originally was and what it offered from the get-go, right? So that's why I think he's stepping down. He's going into a more comfortable position now where he can still make a lot of money, still kind of be in the background and be a part of whatever T-Mobile has to offer him. And then we have the difficult decisions now going to Srini, and we'll see how that all pans out. So like I said, it's going to be interesting to watch. Make no mistake about that. And we'll see. We'll follow, we'll track, and we'll discuss here on this channel. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.